Tonight's event is important because there are people here who are introducing new concepts of how to do business, and when you meet people like that, you learn something new.
Creativity is hugely important because the whole idea of a company, the whole strategy of a company stems from that initial creative idea, that spark, that bit of imagination.
I'm guessing all of you are pretty passionate about what you do. Is there an inextricable link between passion and creativity?
Oh, unquestionably. I just don't think you stay the distance if you're not passionate.
If you have a great idea and you live with it for a while and it just grows as an idea, that feeling, and everyone that's collaborating or you're talking to just feels that there's something there, I think that's really important.
Really interesting mix of people on the panel tonight, everyone bringing a different nugget of knowledge and thinking how to be creative, think outside the box.
Around the world, people are growing increasingly hungry for new approaches, new ways of understanding the world around them.
How do you separate the winning ideas from the losing ideas?
I think you have to very much trust your guts.
The worst products in the world are made by really smart people standing around whiteboards in cool offices with free snacks, sort of nodding their heads vigorously.
I've always been interested in the art of the possible and pushing the boundaries of what you can do.
Every time you have to remold yourself to a new challenge, you become more elastic. And so adaptation has never been a greater strength.
The panel was really insightful, and I thought the different types of people on the panel were really interesting.
They were very honest, very gritty, but at the same time they were inspiring.
I'm really pleased to say that my business shaper today is none other than the artist, the sculptor, the fashion designer, the fashion icon that is Nicole Fahy. We'll also have live music for this special edition of Jazz Shapers. The one and only, all the way from America, it's Judy Jackson. I want to talk about fashion, obviously, to start with. Tell me about...
I like talking about my family because...
You can see who's in charge here. It's very straightforward. You can talk about whatever you like.
My family, my aunts and the women in my family, the Turkish women, were very, very chic, and perhaps that helped me wanting to be a fashion designer.
What do you think you would have done if it hadn't have been fashion?
I like the idea of you do something and 6 months later you do something else. You never get bored with what you're doing because you're always on the move to something else.
You talk about being a creative person, an artist, and that started very young. Just tell me a little bit about how you had the self-confidence, or you were convinced that you could be a sculptress.
I knew that fashion was not enough for me. I met somebody who was a sculptor. When she said she was a sculptor, I thought, but that's what I want to be.
Have you felt that freedom that you crave, do you think? I mean, as in you now have it all the time when you're there in your studio.
I just love, I'm very, very lucky to be able to do it all the time.
So, Judy, what strikes me about creative people is that they all crave freedom.
I believe that freedom is key to being creative, to fluidity, to honesty. And if you're not honest with yourself, then your work cannot be as honest. Broken heart, love departed, how could I forget?
Nicole, it's been fantastic to talk to you.
Thank you.
That's it for our first Jazz Shapers Live of 2018. I'd like to thank Judy and the band, and thank you also to all of you, our special live studio audience.